All right, in this part of the tutorial series, you're going to learn how to build this workflow that we have saw before, where we have this Google Drive. When we execute this, it downloads that file as a binary file, gives it to Mistral. Mistral gives back the details of that file, and then we make sense of that and then put it on this Google Sheet. So let's go start with this part of the tutorial series. In order to make more space, I'm going to just go in a very clean slate here, create a new workflow, call it document scanner or whatever you call it. The first thing I need is a Google Drive trigger. So if I put Google Drive, you will see that on changes of a specific file, this is the trigger that you're going to pick. And the way you know it's a trigger is because it has this little flash sign on it. I'm going to pick that. Again, adding a Google Drive is a couple of steps here. You're going to do a bunch of things, which we're going to do right now. It's a little bit step by step, so therefore I'm going to take you one step at a time. This is probably the most complex step of this entire tutorial series. Please hang on there. I will try to do it as simple as possible. So we need these two things, client ID and client secret. These are the little pieces of puzzle that we need in order for us to be able to securely connect to the Google Drive from the Google services. So in order to go there, we need to go to GCP console. So it's console.cloud.google.com. You go there, you sign in with your username and password. So once you get into your Google Cloud, you need to create a new project from right here. So click this and then click New Project. And then here we're going to call it G Drive project so that I can distinguish it from the other one that I have. I'm going to click on Create. It is going to take a little bit time to spin off this project. There we go. And then you have to click on the Select Project so that we can change this project selection with this G Drive, not the Google Drive that we used to have. Now we need to search for a specific service. This is GCP, Google Cloud Platform. It has a lot of services. The service that we are looking for is called Consent Screen. So OAuth Consent Screen, because with this step, what we are doing is we are interfacing N8N with Google Cloud Platform. So you're going to click on that. And then in here, you can go and click on this Get Started button. Let's give it a name, G Drive project. Select your email, click Next. Internal audience, click Next. It can get really complex if I start explaining everything in detail. Just follow these steps. For internal use, this is good. When you're publishing it, you need to do certain other steps, but that's already too complex and out of the scope of this tutorial. Therefore, I'm going a little bit faster here and not explaining a lot of things. So you need to agree this and continue, create. Now we have a consent screen. Now, before we go on, you need to also add yourself in the audience as an internal tester. And make an internal tester, confirm, and also the auth. This is the important. That's it. And then we need to get to the clients. This is where you create your client. The two pieces of information that we were looking for is coming from here. So you put this web application option. This is important. And then we give it a name, give the consistent name. And then this is where we need to bring that piece of information from here. If you click on it, it copies it on the URL. You can see the message right here. If you click on it, it copies it in the URL. In the clipboard, You can add it right here. And then click on create. You basically created yourself a client ID and a client secret. Since it's just educational content, I'm going to remove this later. Don't share this secret with anyone. So I'm going to copy this client ID, go over here, paste it, and come back here, client secret, copy, and paste it right here. So with this, what we have done is we basically wired things up in order for N8N to send requests to Google Cloud Platform. So if we go quickly back on this area, it used to be ChatGPT, the same API calls. Now what happens is that there's an N8N node, a Google Drive N8N node. This time it is sending an API request to GCP, and GCP is going to respond back with that file. So with that wiring that we have done here, we're basically setting those API integrations in place. All right, so let's go and test it out and see if now our authentication is going to work to authenticate that Google Drive for us. So you click on this sign in, and then you scroll down and select the email that you want to authenticate. And it asks for all these permissions that this particular software needs to get access to your Google Drive and do these operations, perform these operations. And then you click on allow. And there you go. We got successful. In a few seconds, it's going to redirect back to this page, and you have this green check mark in here. That means now you have added your Google Calendar in this system. Now you can add the folder and the triggers and so on and so forth, which we are going to do in the next lecture.